Well, Gatorade is discontinuing its Tiger Woods drink, and ads featuring the golf pro have completely disappeared from primetime TV. Is Tiger now in danger of losing those product endorsement contracts? Because those sponsorships, they make up a big chunk of his $110 million annual income. Joining us now with the Tiger Outlook is sports business analyst Rick Horrow. He's CEO of Horrow Sports Ventures. He includes clients as big as the PGA as well. So it's interesting to get your take here, because at first, the initial reaction to the swirling scandal about infidelities was that Nike was standing by him. We are hearing that Pepsi was standing by him, but they're not reminding viewers of those ties right now by not running ads.
This is Act 2 of a $100 million act play, let's say. This was a perfect storm. The most recognizable guy maybe in the history of the world gets in touch with the blogosphere. So accurate or inaccurate information is transmitted in a millisecond. So we knew all about this, even the speculation, the minute it happened. So remember, of the $110 million you talk about, 92 or 93 million of it is corporate endorsements. Nike will probably stand by him. They have $800 million a year reasons to do so. They had no Nike golf at all before Tiger came in, and now that started. So that's one of many corporations.
But his performance as an athlete still stands, those corporations could say, particularly the products that tie directly to the golf course itself. But we took a look here at Bloomberg and we came up with a chart, actually. There's a chart for everything here. But look at this. It's Tiger Woods sponsors as tracked versus the broad market. And at least 9 of the publicly traded companies that are official sponsors of Tiger have felt some punishment in the marketplace as well. You can't necessarily say cause and effect, but it wouldn't be responsible to be talking about the scandal without there looking at a financial impact here as well. I mean, will consumers stop buying products because of his ties?
Tiger is his own worldwide stimulus plan. He's a billion-dollar corporation. This is his first of many $1 billion. It's tied into his corporate image. His image is based on trustworthiness and credibility. Remember, his foundation has 10 million kids involved at $5,000 increments. So all of that flies in the face of some of the allegations we found out about Tiger. Some may be true, some not. Problem is, we're not going to know for a while.
You know, some cynics say, well, the people who are going to have the sharpest reaction, or who have stated, you know, some emotional reaction, largely are women. They're not necessarily the core audience for golf viewership, for the TV shows or consumers of the products themselves. So maybe this won't matter.
Well, but remember, they buy the product. Remember, an LA Times poll recently talked about 2/3 of those responding said they don't trust Tiger anymore. Now, there's a chance to turn his image around. He's 33 years old. He has 30 years left of making more billions and designing golf courses and playing well. So when he gets back on the course and he plays well, that may make a difference. I'm afraid until the paparazzi leave him alone, his practice is going to be limited to carpets and miniature golf courses. So we'll see how he can practice during the holidays. Happy holidays, Tiger.
We had Lloyd Grove from the Daily Beast on saying he's his own stimulus package for the paparazzi right now. I mean, the photos of he and his family are going for $250,000, we're saying, right now, which has boosted the pockets of some of the photographers out there. But I got to ask, I mean, look at this versus what happened with Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps did lose sponsorship contracts. Is it a matter of what he did with the photos and the accusations of smoking pot, that being illegal versus just immoral with Tiger?
Very good question. Let's put it in perspective. $12 billion corporate America spends on spokespeople, and they're tied into the brand. So Kellogg's may have stepped away a little early with Michael Phelps, but they only had a month left on that contract anyway. Did Kobe Bryant get stepped away from by McDonald's early? Some would say probably not. How about Hertz and O.J. Simpson? Everybody says, well, that was right. So it's different folks for different folks, and it's strokes, and it's a case-by-case basis. Contracts today are shorter and smaller, but they're also easier to terminate.
Somebody was telling me recently, I mean, there are morality clauses in contracts with talent, right? But that there's so much wiggle room built in there as to just what a morality clause means these days, that they're really hard to enforce, that they're hard to get out of these longer-term contracts.
As a lawyer, the only people making out better than the paparazzi are probably going to be the lawyers, because the morality, it's all things to all people. It's interpreted by the corporation. There is litigation about all that, but I'm saying because corporations have brands that are dependent on other things beyond spokespeople, those clauses, trust me, are going to be rewritten.
But they could be tied to paying for the sponsorship, but not make it visible to consumers, not run the ads, not put his name on products?
They can be tied to a lot of things, but who would have thought Tiger Woods? Why do we do that? Well, who would have thought Kobe Bryant and everybody else? So corporations buy signs, they name buildings, and they deal with spokesmen. The spokesmen are alive, and they can say things, they can get injured,
right.
and also they can do some of the stuff they say Tiger did.
Well, America does love a comeback story, so we'll see how this all pans out.
This ain't over, I can assure you.
It's not. Thank you so much, Rick, for joining us here. That's Rick Horrow of Sports Ventures.